Hello, hello, hello. Hello, I just want to thank everybody for showing up for the live. And I want to thank all of the people who's going to watch this on the rebroadcast. And I want to just go ahead and do a brief introduction for the platform. My name is Frail, and on this channel, we talk about relationships, mindset, femininity, and also financial freedom. Today, we're going to be talking about why is sexual discipline important to creating an emotional bond with the man. All right. First of all, in order to let me just go ahead and break down this analogy. Ladies, you don't want a man that has 10 baby mothers. So why would you think he's interested in a woman who has 10 baby mothers? Now, I'm not saying, and this is not a knock at those ladies who have made these type of mistakes. I am saying if you want a high vibrational man, a high quality man, you want a man that's the front of the pack, he's going to come with certain things. And you having discipline in your life is one of the most important qualities that he's going to want from you. Sexual discipline. When we're talking about sexual discipline, we're talking about the ability to not just sleep with someone because you're attracted to them. We're talking about the ability to protect your womb at all cost. So sexual discipline covers all of these things. When we're talking about sexual discipline, think of it as this. You're going to be protecting your womb and only giving it and allowing a high quality, high vibrational man to have use of your womb. And this man is a man that's going to be responsible for his legacy and yours. So it's very important to make sure you pick and choose and vet and don't just have a man's child without making sure he's going to be the man that you need him to be. So protect your womb because you create life. You are the gatekeepers to sex, and having multiple children with multiple baby daddies, they don't make you a bad person. They just indicate that you've been very irresponsible with your womb. And a man who's high vibrational, who's high quality, who's at the front of the pack, the man who's the leader, the man who's building and creating, he's going to take this into mind. And so we have to be aware of these things. That's the reason why sexual discipline is very important. Because you're not only protecting your womb, you're also making sure that you're not creating soul ties. And soul ties, let me go ahead and it's actually some biblical aspects to soul ties. But I'm not going to go into that with you. I'm just going to give you an analogy that will help some of you understand what a soul tie is. Let's say you have sex with a man and he leaves pieces of himself with you. You've gotten to that big O and you're experiencing oxytocin that flows through your body that creates a connection with this man. So you're going about your life, you're dating, you're having a great time, but you cannot let go of that man. You know why you can't let him go? Because there's soul ties. You've created one by having sex with him. You've created a soul tie, and they're not, you can actually, there are ways to cut soul ties, but it takes a lot of energy and a lot of intention, and a lot of women don't even know how to cut a soul tie. They don't even know how to break the chains and the connections that they have with this man because they had sex with them. That is why sexual discipline is very important. Couples who have been together 30 years, let me go ahead and say, even couples who have been together only 15 years, 5 years, as they continue to have sex with each other, they create soul ties. And haven't you noticed that as the couple continue to bond, as the couple age together, they start to look alike, they start to talk alike, they start to finish each other's sentences. And that's what happens when when you have an emotional bond with that man and you have a soul tie. The question is that soul tie a good tie? Is that emotional bond a healthy bond? Or is it one that you need to be figuring out how to cut ties with? So that's why sexual discipline is so important. It's so important to women because we are the gatekeepers to children. We are the gatekeepers to sex. we create life. So we want to be presenting our high vibrational man, our high quality men with healthy wombs. And that also plays into not just having being concerned about our sex life. Let's also make sure that we're going to the doctor and we're taking care of our womb. We're making sure it's healthy so that it has the ability to create life, because that's one of the things women have to realize. That is something you're responsible for. You're responsible for the next generation. And I know that is a lot of to put on your shoulders, to realize that you need to be a high vibrational woman. You need to think of the fact that you are responsible for carrying the next generation. You are responsible for carrying the legacy on. And in order to make sure you're giving society, you're giving yourself and your family the best of you, you need to make sure you're healthy. So that's the reason why we have to make sure that we have a sexual discipline about ourselves so that we can attract the best. Men who high vibrational men who come in contact with women who are sexual disciplined know that they have certain standards they have to attain before they can even get to the point of sleeping with that woman. When you don't have those standards in place, you tend to attract low vibrational men who just want to have sex, who do not care about legacy, who do not care about the generation they're putting forward. They don't care. They just don't. They care about getting into your pants and moving on to the next. That's because of the fact you've lowered yourself to their level. And so we have to take that into context when we're having sex with a man. Is this man worthy of my body? Because my body's a temple. And there's so many pieces to being a woman. Being proud of who she is. Being proud. The womb that she carries life. You know how wonderful that is to be able to carry life? When there's women who will love. They will absolutely love to be able to take my place and your place to carry a child. And we shouldn't take that for granted. So, in taking it for granted is having babies by low vibrational men who have no intention of being fathers, who have no intention of being husbands. So, sexual discipline is important to what type of man you want to have in your life. What type of man do you want to have raise your children? What type of values do you want them to display? If you have a son or a daughter right now, do you want them to be like the mate that you've chosen? And if you haven't, those are questions you need to ask yourself. Those are things that you need to take into context when you think about marrying him. Why marry someone that you don't want to see? You don't want to look in that person's eyes and look at your offspring and see that person. So let's not give him babies. Let's not give him access to our wombs. So sexual discipline is very important, especially if you're trying to go for high vibrational man, an alpha of the pack. He's going to be looking at how responsible are you with your womb, because he's going to be responsible with his seed. So you have to be a reflection of him. So now, in order to, with sexual discipline, when a high vibrational man comes across a woman who has sexual discipline, she protects her womb, she has certain values, and she has a sense of morality about herself. That automatically makes her attractive to him. And then being beautiful and all the adornment and beautiful things that she puts on her body also. So she's like a 10 in his eyes, even if she's not to the society's standard of beauty. So, and let me go ahead and throw in there. Don't think because you're not a 10 that you can't get married. Because men who are at the front of the pack, the alphas, the masculine, the men who build and create, they don't marry just for looks. Yes, she's going to have extraordinary looks sometimes, but most of the time he's looking for you to have discipline in your life. And he wants to see that because he's going to have discipline. He's going to be a reflection of that, and he wants to see that in his mate. So if you're trying to create an emotional bond, sex is not the way to do it. Actually, creating an emotional bond to a high quality, high vibrational man is sexual discipline. Being able to stand on your values and your beliefs and say no. Those beautiful words, saying no, is what made my husband put a ring on it. Because he was so used to women throwing themselves at him. Women saying, oh, I don't care. Let's go ahead and do this. not having standards, not having values, willing to do any and everything to get his attention. He wasn't used to a woman who said no. He wasn't used to a woman he had to invest in. And that's what you have to be. So let me go ahead and break down some of the things that high vibrational men look for, because it's not trivial things like, oh, we both like to go shopping, or we both like to look cute, or we both like to read, we both like certain physical activities. Those things are trivial to a alpha. Those things are trivial to a man that's at the front of the pack. Some of the things he looks for your values. Your values have to match up to the values that he values. And that could be traditional values. That could be modern values. That could be even alternate values that he's looking for. He's looking for you to believe in those things and stand on them. Those are the things that are going to set you apart from other women. Personality. He wants you to have a personality that complements him. Compatibility is important to him. He wants to make sure that if he's a laid-back guy, you are also. So those are the type of things that are more important to him than what are your likes. And if those likes match his. Those are, we have to actually think deeper than that. Especially if we're trying to go for that man that's an alpha. And that man who is the leader of the pack. He's going to want different things. And he needs to be making sure we reflect those things also. So, moral code. He wants to make sure that your moral code matches his. That could be religion. That could be no religion. That could be, maybe he has a set of rules that he lives by, and he wants his mate to reflect those rules also. So he's going to be looking for those. And trust. He's going to have to be able to trust you. In order to create an emotional bond, you're not going to want to bond with a person you do not trust. It absolutely will not happen. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you an exception. But remember, on this platform, we do not live by exceptions. It is always going to be majority rules. So do not come in the comments saying, oh, well, I heard about this lady doing this right here. Maybe. But can you live by exceptions, or should we be living by the rules? So trust. Let's say he marries you because you're a pretty face. He absolutely marries you because you're a pretty face and you represent him well. But he doesn't trust you. He doesn't trust that pretty face. He doesn't trust what you say. So he doesn't trust you. So at the end, and I've heard this happening too, at the end, since he doesn't trust you, what can a high vibrational man do? I'll wait. What can he do? This man can absolutely write you out of everything when he leaves this earth. Or he can make sure you don't have access to everything. Would you put someone that you do not trust on your credit cards? Would you put someone you do not trust on your bank accounts? Would you put someone that you do not trust in charge of your children's livelihoods? I wouldn't. And you could be written out of those things. He could make sure that even if he marries you, because you're a beautiful face, you know how to act in public, you impress his co-workers, you impress his business partners, but he doesn't trust you. And I don't want the ladies who follow my platform or my movement to be that woman that he doesn't trust. Because I think that a lot of these movements out here, this could be a rude awakening when they get older and they realize that the man that they married, he realized that she was untrustworthy. So what he did the right thing was taking care of his assets, his livelihood, and made sure his legacy would continue. Because high vibrational men, they absolutely focus and make sure they have a legacy. If you're talking to a man who doesn't even know what legacy means, run. Because he's not high vibrational. He's not thinking on a different level. He's not thinking on what he's going to produce with you. And you need to be thinking about those things. High vibrational women do think of things. We're not pretty dummies. We might look good. We might be attractive. But we're not pretty dummies. All right, so, and also, another thing, if you want to create an emotional bond with this man, you're going to have to make him better. And make him better. You remember that song with Fabulous where we're talking about make him better? He never said that she makes him better by working hard for him. She never said, he never says, Fabulous never says in the song that he makes You make him better by working 50-50. You make him better by working 80%, or you make him better by working 70%. When he's saying you make him better, he's talking about she is his cheerleader. She's an encourager. She is that person that he can trust her with himself. He can trust her with his emotions. So making him better is not because you're contributing financially. That does not make a man better. You're actually making him less. You're actually stunning his growth. And actually, I think that women who do that should be responsible for their actions, because you're stunning this man's growth. This man would be a better man if you weren't giving to him. If you weren't giving to his 50-50 lifestyle or his 70-70 lifestyle. You're actually not allowing him to be a man. You're not allowing him to be better. You're not allowing him to elevate his finances as well as his thinking. So, and you're not an intentionally you're a low vibrational woman. So if you want to create an emotional bond, it is never about the likes and how you connect on what you like to do in your spare time. It's about your values. It's about your personality. It's about your moral code. And it's about if he trusts you. And it's about also if you make him better. Do you make him a better man? Or do you make him less than? Would he have been first in command if he would have never met you? So think about these things when we're trying to connect with a man sexually. If you think you're going to make a man fall in love with you by being sexually, by busting it wide, by doing tricks and doing the most, you're never going to have him at his core. You're never going to tap into that masculine part of him that's going to make him better. You're not going to be able to take a man who is working as a garbage collector and making the CEO of his company. You're not going to have it because you're thinking low vibrational. Because you think you have to help him. You don't. What you need to do, you need to be his cheerleader. You need to be his cheerleader. Cheer him on. Encourage him to be better. And sit back and watch and let him work. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take questions. And I know that was heavy. That was heavy. I did a lot of thinking on what I want to put into this video, and the people who's watching on the rebroadcast. I want to make sure that it was valuable. And I really do believe in getting to the point. I'm not going to beat around the bush. And I know I did not do this video intentionally to hurt anyone. I did this video because we need real. We need women who already have secured the bag. I secured the bag 20 years ago. So what I want to do is give women options to let them know that we're going about it wrong. It doesn't matter about the tricks that you put in those sheets. It matters about your values, your personality, if he can trust you. And I don't want you to be tricked either, because you can level up enough just to look pretty. Because isn't that what everybody says? Be pretty. And look, I'm not against being pretty. Okay, I'm not against makeup. I'm not against clothes, because if I did that, that would be hypocrisy. Because I love clothes, I love makeup, I shop all the time. But that has nothing to do with how I landed a husband in a happy marriage. And my names are on the deeds, the trust, the life insurance, the 401k, and all of the bank accounts. It's trust. He trusts me. So if I have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and take them. I'm up here as long as you need me. Hello. I know I got into it. I didn't even say hello to everyone that's in my chat. Hello, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you for joining me in this live today. Now, if I can have questions, go ahead and get them typed on in. But I think this video needs to be done, because I don't see too many videos talking about sexual discipline, how feminine high vibrational women need to be sexually disciplined. You need to have a sense of discipline about yourself. You need to be able to reflect that to a man that's going to go out here and build buildings, build and create and build great families. If you're going to be able to be a reflection of him, discipline is important to him. Discipline is important to him. He wants to be able to look at you and see a reflection. Like I said, we have to get past these trivial things of what does he like to read, or does he like to go to the movies, or he likes to go to the restaurants, or what does he like to do? What does he like to do doesn't matter, because when he's looking for a wife, he's looking on certain things to connect with you on, and those are the things he's looking for. Now, low vibrational men, they might be looking for you to go to restaurants and your hobbies. They might marry you based on those hobbies, but they also marry you based on you doing 50-50, 70-10, or 80-20. I can't even believe that in this day and time that I'm talking about percentages. Percentages absolutely do not matter in a marriage in the first place. But that's a whole nother video. Today we're talking about sexual discipline and why it's important to create emotional bonds. How do you know if you have soul ties? Okay, now, in order to know that you have soul ties, all right, one of the first signs of having a soul tie is having anxiety when you're away from this person, having butterflies, having a sense of excitement or anxiety. You're not really sure which one that is. Having a sense of disconnection from who you are, that's when you know you have a soul tie. Now, a soul tie with a husband and wife is not going to be the same. And I'm speaking from experience. A soul tie from a husband and wife is not going to be the same. They're going to have more of a calm, a clarity, peace. It's a connection that they know that it's deep and that it's going somewhere. A soul tie is anxiety. It is butterflies. It is a sense of disconnection. That's how you know you have a soul tie. And you have a feeling of incompleteness. When you have a soul tie with a marriage, and within a marriage to a husband and a wife, you have a sense of completeness, a sense of calmness, a sense of perspective, a sense of knowing. I hope that answered that question. In a relationship, we need to connect to fill that void that we may be missing. Absolutely. We just have to be careful with that one, because you don't want to go into a relationship and be in a relationship with a person who's unhappy. Because when a person is unhappy, they tend to look for people who can make them happy. So what happens when you can't make them happy? What happens to the relationship is you're in a relationship with a person who doesn't know how to carry happiness within. See, this is the reason why you have to be careful about filling the voids. All right? So it depends on what those voids are. Because as a separate, I'm already a complete person. With my husband, I'm a better person. I hope that answered that question. Hello, the ones who just joined the chat. Right now, I'm just answering questions. And don't worry if you missed the beginning of this live. I will post it to my YouTube. I know I'm notorious for taking YouTube lives down, but this one I feel like is very important, and it was requested, so I am definitely going to put it up. So if you missed the beginning of the live, you will be able to enjoy it, because I'm going to leave it up on my channel. So do we have any more questions? I'm trying to make sure I can catch them all, because it's kind of moving fast. Yeah, I wanted to address this because of the fact that yesterday, if you're not following me on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing. Because I really do give so many strategies and so much information for marriages and relationships on my Instagram. And yesterday I posted about a feminine woman has to have sexual discipline, and this is where this title and topic came from. My family, because my subscribers and followers, you're my family. You're my family. I've never felt such a deep connection with so many ladies and so many women. And feminine women, we're all about the connections, the relationships. It's important to me. So they asked for this video, and I'm here to give you what you need. I mean, why shouldn't I? Women who are older, who have successful marriages, we should be out here making sure that women know what the real is, and women know how to get what we have, because I don't think that I'm any better than any one of you. Absolutely not. I actually see every one of you with us all working together and learning from each other, that you're gonna actually do better. You're gonna actually do more. You're gonna actually progress, because you understand that it goes a little bit deeper. You have to realize, I think what we have to do is get out of the mindset that men are just penises walking around, that they don't think. I can tell you, I have brothers. I'm the oldest of 5. I have brothers, and they happen to be in the chat too. They're very intelligent, very intelligent. They do not think just with that little head. So we have to stop thinking. And they're men that, when some of them have not, some of them are on the way to reaching to being alpha status. So what I mean by that, they're coming into their own. And when they come into their own, they're going to be looking for like-minded women who are high vibrational, who understand themselves, and these little silly notions that men don't have brains, that men think with that little head is what's going to leave some women behind. Because we got too many big gurus telling women that all you have to do is put on 10 pounds of makeup and look cute, and you're gonna land the best man for the job. And that's not true. That's not true. I don't know any high vibrational men that would just marry a woman because she's pretty. I'm sorry, I just don't know any. And I'm surrounded by men. My brothers are great men who are great, who are intentional, who are high vibrational, who can sit down and talk to you about very deep subjects. See, y'all got to get on these men who are high vibrational instead of these low vibrational men who don't know anything, and all they do is focus on rap music, and they focus on what's going on online and love and hip hop, and those type of men that have no ambition, and they're not trying to build, create, provide anybody anything. So once you get away from those type of men, you realize there's a different type of man out there that actually think, they use their brain, and they're not just gonna lay down with you and give you a baby and access to their legacy, access to their resources without you being exceptional. How long does it take to raise your vibration to attract better men? There is actually no length to that. And what I mean by that, raising your vibration all depends on you. It depends on each and every woman who's listening to this video. It depends on you. How long does it take you to grow? How long does it take you to analyze and look at what you're doing in your life in order to make corrections and grow? And you have to start mentally before you can start spiritually, and then you start physically. I hope you understand that. I don't want to go over anyone's head. I want to make sure you understand where I'm coming from, because this is very important. Your vibration, become a high vibrational woman that is wanted among high vibrational men. Depends on you. I can give you the tools, but how long does it take you to apply them? How long does it take you to understand it? And how long does it take you to physically move in that direction? Once you get all of those things in alignment, then you're going to attract the best that you deserve. You're going to be the best version of yourself. And don't get me wrong, the growth never stops. A feminine, high vibrational woman, the growth never stops. Now, yes, are there feminine women who never go past go? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's some feminine women who would never go past the makeup and the shoes and looking cute and doing duck face on their pictures. This is far they're going to go. But if you're looking for the man that's at the top of his game, the CEO, the man who builds, creates, just as well he can build and create, he tears down. If you're looking for that man that can command the room when he walks in, you have to be a different type of woman. You have to be exceptional. You have to be an exceptional type of woman to get there. That means you have to vibrate higher. All right, so before we've been going 30 minutes, and I so appreciate you all. I didn't know that if sometimes we have a lot, sometimes we have a couple, and that's fine with whatever we have, because regardless, we're going to go forth because this is a much needed video. We need to realize sexual discipline is important. And would I tell men that they need to have sexual discipline? Absolutely. Absolutely. He would have to have sexual discipline also. This is not something you can say women have to have. Men have to have sexual discipline also. They have to make sure they're not spreading their seed everywhere. Just like you're going to protect your womb, they're going to protect their seeds. High vibrational men do this. All right, so do we have any more questions before we end this live? Yes, I do agree that a lot of households are missing this. And that's the reason why the women who have already achieved this, we need women like me, women like, there's some other women out there, but I don't like to name names because you never know how someone will respond if you put their name on a YouTube platform. But there's some other women out there that they're out here, we're trying to get the word out. We're trying to make sure women realize that they have to request more. You have to require more. Sexual discipline is a must. And I actually did a video about what you should be putting on your timelines, on your social media, what type of things a man is going to be looking at when he's looking for another high vibrational woman to connect with. He's going to be looking for certain things on your social media. He doesn't want on your social media to have a lot of sexual innuendo, not a lot of sexual things on your social media. It's a turnoff because you have to think about it in this manner. If you are dating a high vibrational man who's like the CEO of his company, is it not embarrassing that his wife is putting sexual memes or posting sexual things on her social media feed? So you have to be a reflection of what you have to be a reflection of him, and he thinks about that. And I know a lot of people don't like. You know what, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to cause that much drama today. But sexual discipline is a must. If you're looking to create an emotional bond with a man, you have to make sure that you sexually disciplined yourself. Because you're trying to get a man who's sexually disciplined also. You want that. I know you're not trying to raise someone's 10 kids from 10 different baby mothers. So if you don't want that, don't think it should be received okay on your end also. So it is a pull and a push kind of thing. All right, so I want to thank everyone who's in the live broadcast, and thank you for all of the ladies and gentlemen who will be listening to the rebroadcast. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I ask you, what are you doing? Please subscribe to the channel, support the platform so that we can get the message out. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you go and follow me on Instagram. I will make sure all of the information for Instagram will be in the description box. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming in here and supporting me today. Thank you, family, for being here also. And I will catch you on the next live.